a portal to the other side. Every night, otherworldly entities come through it to visit this woman and her daughter. Can the psychics seal the door to the beyond? Don't miss a gripping investigation. You're watching Psychic Investigations, a project of real and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate resonant crimes and unbelievable supernatural phenomena. 23-year-old Olga Yanishevska lives in a small Ukrainian town. For the past 6 months, some otherworldly entities that try to drag her away have been haunting her each night.
The dead are haunting me. I see them like ghosts.
Olga is shocked. Every night turns into a real nightmare, and each time she doesn't know if she'll live until morning.
I'm worn out. Feels like I've never slept. I sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours a night. I can't even close my eyes.
Women, men, children, all dead. Olga doesn't know who they are. They never speak, only stand, pace, or scream loudly.
The dead people aren't the worst part, though. The worst is when something comes that doesn't resemble humans at all. It's got a child's face and features, but it's about 2 meters tall. It tried to drag me away. The first time I escaped. The second time, it came with a woman in a black cloak. They're calling me, and it feels like something trying to pull me underground.
By morning, Olga feels ill, and strange marks appear on her body.
They're dark brown and white, on my neck and chest. Sometimes deep brown, but they never completely disappear.
Olga is a student training as a data operator. She's married. Her husband is a lab assistant at a local technical college. They're raising their 4-year-old daughter, Maria. And lately, Olga has noticed strange marks appearing on her too.
I don't even understand where they come from. I've taken her to see different doctors, but they have no idea.
Olga believes everything happening to her daughter is connected to her nightly horrors. But what do the entities want?
How can I explain? I just want someone to save my daughter.
Clairvoyant Dilaram Saparova takes on the case.
I saw Olga in her room, surrounded by several doors. From each one, entities crawled out toward her. They were terrifying. Some are green, some are red, and some are simply indescribable. Such things alone can kill someone. We must help her.
Helping Dilaram to save Olga is psychic Serhiy Kolesnichenko. To uncover the truth, the clairvoyants go to Olga's home.
Look, something truly frightening and inexplicable is going on there.
When I look at the photos, the first thing I see are numbers, like codes, like computer binary code, lines of digits. It feels like data transmission, a message, but it's encrypted. I'll try to figure it out when we're there.
Olga lives in a small 2-bedroom apartment in a residential neighborhood of the town with her husband, Taras, and her mother-in-law. Both are currently at work.
Hello.
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 May I?
Come in. I've been waiting for you. I'm sorry, I'm just really anxious.
It's all right.
We're here to help you. If you don't mind, we'll work here.
The moment we stepped into the apartment, I noticed Olga's hands. It was like she was wearing black gloves, but it was an energetic shell. This sometimes happens when someone draws death toward themselves with their hands. But I didn't jump to conclusions. We had to understand what was happening first.
It's unbelievable. But what could Olga have done to invite danger onto herself and her daughter? Will they both die?
The girl. Can we see her?
Yes.
May I sit down? Hi there, what's your name?
Maria!
Maria, what a beautiful name. You're 4 years old? Wonderful.
Mama got me a ring.
It's so lovely. You look like a bride with that ring on your finger. She has seen the entities. Kids under 7 often see things.
Did you see something just now, sweetheart?
I saw a ghost. It scared me. It had big teeth.
Now?
Yes,
What did it want from you?
it said it wanted to eat me.
Incredibly, this wasn't the first time. Olga confessed that for the past month, her daughter has often cried and screamed at night. Is she seeing someone? Just like her mother? Maria says she has strange dreams, and they don't seem suitable for a child.
She cries in her sleep often. She can't describe all her dreams, but the ones she can terrify me a lot.
I dreamt of a cemetery. I was walking there, and someone gave me a cookie. Mama went home, and I stayed behind. I was scared. And then I saw a horrible girl. She was huge.
Really? Are you afraid because of that?
She scratched me.
Scratched you? Let me work with you then. My throat feels tight, like it's being squeezed. Did you used to wear something here? Something like a necklace, maybe?
It was a gold chain. My mom gave it to me when I turned 16.
Your mother?
Yes, but honestly, I always felt bad when I wore it.
Olga says she always felt dizzy when she wore that gold chain. But what does that mean? Could the horror in her and her daughter's lives be linked to her mother's gift?
When the chain was mentioned, I had a vision. I saw rows of dead people laid out side by side, and a woman stealing something, gold, from one of the bodies. It belonged to the dead person.
What the psychic sensed made our blood run cold. Olga says she never asked where her mother got the chain. But could she really have taken it from a corpse? And now, her daughter and granddaughter are suffering because of it?
Where is the chain now?
It's at my grandmother's.
At her place? We need to see it.
It turns out Maria accidentally broke the chain on Olga's neck when they were visiting Olga's grandmother, Alina. That's where it remained, so the psychics and Olga head there.
As soon as we went outside, I started seeing codes and ciphers again. I realized a program had been activated. It was a destruction program targeting Olga and her daughter.
Serhi, come here. Are you unwell? Have some water?
Lean on me.
Have some water.
May I hold you like this? It's all right. Any better? You should sit down. Come, let's sit down.
How are you feeling now?
Better. I'm better.
Should we call an ambulance?
No need.
Why did Olga suddenly feel ill? And what does Serhiy Kolesnichenko mean by a destruction program? Could someone be wishing death on Olga and her daughter? Could it be her own mother who gave her the gold chain?
Grandma lives here. And my mom is staying here too with my brother.
Is the chain here?
Yes, here.
Let's go.
Hi, Grandma.
Hello.
Come in.
Hello,
This is my grandma, Helena.
I'm Dilaram, and this is Serhi. We're psychics. We need the chain. Olha says you have it.
My chain.
You broke that chain.
Where is it? Let's try to find it.
Olga's younger brother, Ihor, was home with the grandmother. He helped find the chain.
Serhi, come on, take a look.
I feel death energy. What was the chain made from?
My younger daughter made chains for herself and Olha from a coin.
Look, the death card. Where did that coin come from?
I found it.
Where exactly?
We were digging a trench years ago when I was a young girl. I was working and suddenly I saw it. A coin. There was just one.
Olha's grandmother, Halina, worked in construction as a plasterer for over 40 years. She built all across the region but doesn't remember exactly where she found the coin. She only recalls that there was a neglected cemetery nearby.
That's why I saw many dead people. The cemetery. Most likely the coin Halina found belonged to someone buried there, and the construction site she worked on had been a burial ground.
Halina had the coin melted down to make 2 gold chains for her daughters. Olha received the chain from her mother, who had passed it on. So could everything that's happening to Olha and her daughter be connected to the coin?
That coin never brought me any misfortune.
Once the coin was melted, its death energy was burned away in the fire.
Plus, Olha's aunt still wears her chain, and her life is fine. So if the chain isn't to blame, why are Olha and her daughter living in a nightmare?
There's a cross in your yard.
A cross in the yard? I doubt.
I sense it over there, in that direction. Let's go.
The psychics stopped near the summer kitchen. But why were they brought here? And what cross are they talking about?
I'm seeing a man now. I feel he's dead by now. Possibly a cyst or brain tumor.
He was your family. You lost your father, right? I see him.
Yes, his brain shut down.
Olha's father, Serhiy, was an engineer at a power station. After he was made redundant, he remained unemployed for some time. Then he complained about severe head pain and was taken to the hospital. The diagnosis, a brain tumor.
He died from brain inflammation, and it basically turned him into a vegetative state.
It turns out that the summer kitchen was his favorite spot. He used to read and watch TV here. But how is his death connected to the horror haunting Olha and her daughter? And what cross were the psychics talking about?
I had a feeling that Olha's father was with us.
I see him. He started losing his mind, didn't he?
He would blabber, like something was wrong.
A year before his death, the man underwent a drastic change. His family felt he was losing his mind.
Mother?
Mom, can we have you for a word?
Olha's mother, Larissa, works at the local grocery store. She had just returned from work.
Are these the psychics?
Yes, we're here to help your daughter.
The thing is that Olha and her daughter are haunted by the same force that once drove her father insane. Understanding his death may reveal what's threatening Olha and the girl.
The same fears you now feel. Your dad experienced them too. It drove him mad.
A year before his passing, Halina began hearing voices and having strange visions.
He lashed out at everyone. He had these episodes, violent fits of madness.
The noise in his head reminded sonic vibration. It was as though coded information was hidden inside it.
Again, the psychics mentioned the encoded information. What does that mean? And what does it have to do with Olha and Maria?
Can we go to his grave?
Yes, it's nearby.
The psychics join Olha on a visit to the cemetery where her father is buried.
Serhiy, I asked him what happened, and he showed me rituals, like he performed some kind of ceremony.
Yes, he was drawn to things like that.
He read occult texts, didn't he?
Olha immediately understood. As it turns out, a year before his death, her father began reading books about magic.
He started collecting strange books on astral projection, on witches. It worried me deeply. He'd never read things like that before. There were books on the devil and on mantras.
The man constantly recited incantations, Olha says he did it to attract luck, hoping to find work again, but instead, he began losing his sanity little by little.
Olha's father misused magical texts. Spells and incantations must be handled with proper knowledge. The sonic vibrations I heard earlier were sounds of magical chants. The buzzing in his head, those were vibrational frequencies encoded with destructive messages. They created a program, and that program ultimately destroyed him. Something similar is going on with Olga and Maria, but they're suffering from a different kind of program.
He's showing me another man.
Your husband, the one with you now,
Taras.
He's pointing me toward his mistakes.
He played a game and saw dark sorcerers in it, and he wanted to become one.
Incredible! As it turns out, a year ago, Olha's husband, Taras, really did begin exploring occult literature, yet Olha insists he never performed rituals. Could she be hiding something?
I think we need to go to your place and take a closer look.
Just then, Taras returned from work. He says he's also worried about Olga and Maria.
Taras,
Yes.
come join us, Taras. Olha's father conducted rituals. Do you perform them too?
I can show you what I do.
Unclean spirit from the servant of God. From the hands, feet, heart, stomach, liver. Do you understand what you're doing?
Someone sent me this to help me cleanse myself from an internet forum.
It turns out, months ago, Taras met someone online who recommended a ritual for cleansing.
Someone helped me. They said I was cursed and they sent me a ritual to remove the curse. I started doing it, and I felt better. I genuinely felt relief.
Did you think about your daughter and what you might be doing to her?
I'm not doing anything to her, only to myself.
Dilaram, let me calm you down a bit. First, this spell is nonsense. It's rather a protective charm. It's intended to put up a shield.
So, is the so-called ritual Taras performed not the cause? Besides, he started months ago, while the dead and dark entities have been haunting Olha for half a year. Then, what is behind her terrifying nights? Even the psychics seem at a loss.
Olha, I see you walking, and there are mirrors around you. You keep pacing. What rituals have you done?
Just one.
Olha told that 6 months ago. Like her late father, she became curious about the supernatural. This is when she began browsing forums and websites about magic.
Can you explain to me what you did with the mirrors?
They said to place 2 mirrors facing each other and put a candle between them. And they sent me a special incantation that was supposed to remove...
To remove what?
They said it was a family curse. They told me to set up 2 mirrors.
Who was this?
I don't know. Someone wrote to me on a forum.
I also wrote on the same forum.
So someone online sent this to you?
Yes.
Olha had no idea who the stranger online was or why they believed she carried a family curse. Yet, she trusted them for a reason. They advised her to perform a ritual to break the magical influence.
Mirrors are only used to open portals to see or summon entities or conduct rites. You must never use them to remove a family curse.
Ordinary people should never tamper with the other world, especially if they don't know anything about it. Do you understand? Never. You could harm yourself, just like you did. And for that reason, your child also suffered. The entities I saw today are from a parallel realm.
I didn't mean to disturb them.
Does it mean Olha herself is responsible for the horror that's happening nightly to her and her daughter?
The internet never provides complete information. No real practitioner will ever give true guidance there.
Mishandling things like this can even lead to death.
Olha, look, your child is not well.
I see.
Why did you do this?
I didn't know it would turn out this way. I was afraid.
Now we must act to banish the entities for good, so they'll never touch your little girl again.
You opened the portal yourself, so you must close it yourself.
Olga said the mirrors she used for the ritual, the ones that opened a so-called gateway to the beyond, are still at her home, right in her bedroom.
Look, we'll guide you through it and show you how to do it, but you must do it yourself. By performing the mirror ritual, Olga opened a portal to the other world, and the dead entered her space. They're draining her energy, terrifying her, and may eventually drive her insane. Right now, their influence is mild, but they've already invaded her dreams and damaged her energetic shield, hence the strange irritation on her body. Worse, these souls are affecting her daughter, whose energy field is weaker due to her young age. And she can see them because children under 7 are natural sensitives.
Shall we begin?
Yes.
A knife is a safeguard against dark forces. To protect Olga, I asked her to strike the mirror with it.
I didn't break it.
You've closed the portal with that strike. It's a good sign that the mirror is intact. Don't worry.
I'm so grateful to them for helping me save my daughter. That's what matters most to me.
A mystical house of horrors. Why are ghosts attacking a mother and her 3 daughters? Don't miss out. A shocking confession that will infuriate the psychics. Olena Tiupa is 42 years old. She works as a nurse in an intensive care unit and raises 3 daughters of 16, 17, and 19. The father left the family. For many years, the mother and her daughters had to live in rented apartments and hostels. They only had one dream: to have a home of their own. Eventually, Olena took out a loan and finally moved with her daughters into their own house.
I was so happy that I wanted to jump.
However, things changed quickly. And now, no one would want to stay within these walls. It all started 6 months ago, when the family heard footsteps in the attic.
It sounded like someone was walking in the attic.
I went up to the attic, but there was nobody there.
Then, mystical phenomena started happening in the house.
I have an icon hanging in the kitchen, and it flew from one corner to where the TV stands.
Then the wiring failed, and then the boiler exploded.
And then something that shocked the entire family happened. Olena recalls going to the kitchen to get some water. The next moment, she felt cold hands on her neck, but there was absolutely no one around.
My vision started to darken. I began to suffocate.
Then Olena fainted. The noise woke up one of her daughters. The girl still can't hold back her tears, remembering how she found her mother unconscious in the kitchen.
It's so terrible. I'm afraid for Mom.
The girls tried to revive their mother, but she didn't feel well at all.
I had a high fever. I was just lying there all limp and unable to get up.
An ambulance took Olena to the hospital. The doctors barely brought her back to life. However, she couldn't imagine what was happening at home with her daughters.
It was an awful night. We were going to go to bed. The curtain started moving. I could clearly feel someone's presence.
I heard something scratching in my closet. Then its door opened by itself and something like mist started coming out of the closet.
And a dark silhouette.
And I felt cold around my shoulders.
It felt like my throat was being squeezed, and I couldn't breathe.
The girls bolted out of the room. In the hallway, a large wardrobe fell on them as if someone had pushed it down. The sisters barely crawled out from under the debris and ran out of the house. They spent the rest of the night hugging each other on the doorstep.
I've even had a slight stutter ever since.
Since then, similar terrible things have occurred in the house almost daily. Out of fear and desperation, the family asks the psychics to help them.
I would really like to ask the psychics to come as soon as possible and help us.
The clairvoyants Jana Shulikova and Hala Polishchuk took on the task of helping the family.
I had a very strange vision. In it, I was standing at the threshold of a small, enclosed, dark space. I stepped over the threshold and onto shards of broken glass. I looked into one of them and saw a face. It was a male face. It was horrible, disfigured, and cut all over. I looked more closely into the shard, and suddenly the man disappeared. Then I turned around, and there was an old clock on the wall behind me. The hands on this clock stopped at exactly 2 o'clock.
This must surely be connected to that family. Hello.
Hello. Come in. Thanks a lot for coming.
The mother and her daughters are visibly nervous, but it's not surprising at all. They have nowhere else to go. The woman is an ordinary nurse whose salary is not enough to buy a new home, and they can't sell this house.
I felt a strange, bitter taste in my mouth. This happens when I come into contact with the dead. The taste of death, if you prefer. But at that moment, living people stood before me. I shifted my gaze to Elena, and the bitter taste intensified. I could clearly see a human silhouette, like a shadow, behind her.
Ouch, I'm feeling dizzy.
Mom, do you need water?
Bring water, somebody.
Olena is unwell. The clairvoyants help her to recover.
I felt the same last night.
It turned out that Olena didn't sleep at all the night before the psychics arrived. She says she heard eerie sounds in the house again, and then she felt like something was choking her.
I saw a silhouette reaching out to strangle Mom.
The strange entity disappeared, but no one slept a wink until morning.
My God, you survived attempted suicide.
I tried to kill myself as a teenager. After I was raped, I went to the garage and tried to hang myself.
Olena's daughters are shocked as their mother never told them this terrible story. Even now, she refuses to speak about it in front of the camera. One day, when Olena was 15, she came back from school. Her cousin was at home. He assaulted her. Unable to bear the shame, the poor girl decided to take her own life. She grabbed a rope and ran to the garage.
The noose didn't tie.
This saved Olena's life, but a minute later, she faced another blow. Her cousin ran into the garage, knocked her to the ground, and started beating her violently.
He dragged me out of the garage and beat me because I wanted to hang myself.
It's horrifying, but how does this story relate to the paranormal phenomena in the house?
You have a very strong sense of guilt over someone's death. It's your family. Someone who shares your blood.
I had a strong urge to walk around the yard. I felt a strange cold. A woman's spirit appeared. Here. She's elderly. Dark hair, black clothes. Are you her granddaughter?
That's Grandma.
Katya started having a real hysterical fit. It turned out that the girl's grandmother, Yulia, died 3 years ago.
She's suffering.
Yes, she was Mom's favorite.
Grandma was my best friend.
Katya never left her cancer-stricken grandmother's side. She was there until the very last moment of her life and still can't come to terms with the heavy loss.
I would come and lie next to her, embracing her.
She says, "I'm here to get the ring."
She says, the man died because of the wedding ring.
Olena remembered that shortly before her death, her mother told her a terrible story from her life. She had a boyfriend when she was young. He proposed to her and gave her a ring, but she refused. After that, the young man hanged himself.
He proposed to her a few times, but she kept refusing. He couldn't take it and hanged himself because of her rejections.
Yulia couldn't forget the tragedy until the end of her life.
She often cried.
The spirit of Olena's mother came for a reason. She asked to bring her the ring that her boyfriend gave her, so it would be with her.
Olena says that when she was dying, her mother really did ask to put that ring in her coffin, but her daughter kept it for herself.
The ring with the red ruby that I took, it cracked suddenly in the middle of the night.
Olena had to fulfill her deceased mother's request and find the ring and take it to her grave. Her mother wasn't to blame for what was happening in the house. But who among the dead was so angry at her that they wanted to destroy the entire family?
It feels like a fog envelops everything here.
Jana Shulikova decides to check her senses using her pendulum.
At that moment, I heard a familiar sound, the loud ticking of a clock. The ticking grew louder and louder, then it suddenly stopped. And the clock's hands froze at 2 o'clock.
Jana Shulikova had already mentioned her vision where the clock's hands stopped at 2. It's now 1:55 p.m. The tension is rising. What could this all mean?
I thought the stopping of the clock was an omen of disaster, of death. Could it be a warning of impending danger? Oh, I wish I'd figured it out sooner.
What's this?
Out of a sudden, a window in the annex broke. The glass shattered, as if something had been thrown at it. But what was that? There was nothing nearby that could have broken the glass.
I went behind the house as I thought I saw someone run there. My God, this is terrible.
Jana, what's wrong?
He's standing, holding the glass.
The man.
I'll cut you. And he's cut all over. It was the spirit of some man. His face was slashed all over, and a powerful feeling of malice, hatred, and anger was emanating from him. The spirit is angry at you specifically.
The girls are genuinely frightened, but Olena seems unsurprised by the clairvoyant's words. It turned out she recently encountered something similar. She heard her dog howling in the yard at night and went out to calm her down.
Sarah, my dog, started reacting to me strangely. She was howling and whining.
And then Olena turned around and froze in horror. A ghost stood before her.
It was a man with his face slashed and covered in blood. He seemed so angry.
Olena says she ran back into the house in fear. When she calmed down, she went out again. There was nobody outside. The gate was closed, and there were no traces. Olena hadn't time to recover from the shock when suddenly something strange started happening to her old mobile phone. The phone hadn't worked for about a year, lying idly on the shelf, but now...
It started turning on and off by itself. Then I heard some kind of hissing, and then a muffled scream. Help!
The voice was coming from the phone, but the device was off. This is absolutely mind-boggling.
The spirit of the man was furious. Nonetheless, I still decided to engage in a dialogue with him to find out who he was and what he was doing there. Don't. No, don't.
Jana, what's wrong?
Everyone's horrified. The psychic's hand is bloodied.
She cut her hand.
I'm shocked. She cut her hand.
The blood on the ground.
Jana. My God, did you cut your hand?
It wasn't me. Oh my God. The man, he lunged at me with a piece of mirror. I covered my face with my hand. Ouch, it hurts.
The clairvoyants ask everyone to leave them alone and prohibited to film them.
What is it banging? Who's in the house?
But there's no one in the house. Olena and her daughters are outside.
Mom, your rose fell.
Indeed, the flower pot is on the floor. But how could it have fallen? There's no draft in here.
It's unbelievable. You know him. You definitely know him. You loved him, but you didn't save him. He's covered in blood because he was in pain. He was crying and calling you.
Uncle Sasha.
Sasha was Olena's partner. She met him 10 years ago during the celebration of the New Year's Eve with friends. They never parted after that, and even lived together. But one day, after an insignificant argument, he packed up and went away. The next morning, Olena found out he had died.
He called me at 11 p.m., asking to come over. I said, Sasha, hold on until the morning. It's night, how can I go? And at 2 a.m., Sasha died.
It happened 6 years ago. According to the official version, Sasha had a heart attack, fell, and hit his head.
The clock's hands in my vision stopped at 2. That was the time of Sasha's death. It all seemed to fit. But why was the man's spirit so mad at Olena? After all, it wasn't her fault that his heart stopped, and the quarrel is really nothing. It's a very minor reason to seek revenge, even after death. Moreover, the spirit I saw was bound to the house. But why was his face mutilated? And what did the mirror have to do with that all?
What's the man's spirit doing in your house? He didn't die here. And why is he so aggressive?
He's angry not because he wasn't saved, but because he's drawn here. At that moment, I saw another spirit in the house. It was a woman, standing by the doorstep. She waved her hand and said, I don't want to be here. Come, I'll show you my real home.
Jana Shulikova goes out of the house and the yard, heading towards the neighbor's house.
A woman died here in a fire.
As it turned out, the woman was the former owner of Olena's house.
Another spirit, a child, approached the spirit of the woman standing by the gate of her house, and the child said sorrowfully, we didn't want to be there. We were made to return.
I see a child coming, a toddler of about 3, somewhere from there.
A small child died here of leukemia.
When the locals learned that the psychics had arrived at their street, they came out to meet them.
That fence, the one that looks like marble, there are bodies upon bodies there.
An old man who lived there died, and then his wife also died. Then their son died, and so did their daughter. Their 3 nephews died too.
One by one, spirits appeared around us, and the most horrifying thing was that they were all mutilated, just like Sasha, Olena's husband.
But the most shocking thing was what Olena and her daughters later revealed. They believed that they saw the spirits of their deceased neighbors in their house.
The boy comes first. He's very angry. Then some noises start in the house, and the bloody-faced man appears.
Then the long-haired woman in black.
This is terrifying. Why have all the ghosts from the neighborhood gathered in this house?
At that moment, all the spirits disappeared. I turned around. They were all standing in Olena's yard. It looked like they were all drawn there by a magnet.
It seems something has fallen in the house again.
The books fell.
Magic.
Wait a minute, where did you get these?
I read them.
Why?
It was like a game for me. I tried to read cards.
Tell me more about this.
I tried spiritism, summoning spirits.
Well, great!
First you summon spirits, and then you ask for protection. Jana inherited her gift from her grandmother. I found a teacher to learn some form of protection. And you just took a book, read it, and that's it.
The clairvoyants are angry, but you can understand Olena. She's raising 3 daughters on her own. She has no support. Perhaps the poor woman wanted to improve her personal life with the help of magic.
Who is this?
My brother.
Who was here?
His wife.
Why did you cut her out?
So that she would leave him alone.
What the hell? What right did you have to interfere in someone else's life? Did you ever think what you were doing?
It turns out that Olena's intentions were not so innocent after all. It appears that she not only tried to master magical rituals on her own, but also sought to harm others.
It was Olena who summoned the spirits of her partner and neighbors. I was bursting with anger. She had absolutely no idea what she got into, and then we had to risk our lives trying to help her. What spirit likes being pulled from their rest? When they come to this world, they are angry because they were hurt. That's why the man with the mutilated face had the mirror in his hands. Olena used the mirror to summon spirits, and passing through the mirror for a spirit, I don't even know how to describe it. When a mirror breaks and shards fall on your face, does it hurt? This is what a spirit feels. Spirits must always be released. Once you have summoned them, you must release them.
She didn't understand what she did.
I'm not dealing with her problem. She messed up herself.
Mom, don't cry.
Jana, help us. Please help us. She's very unhappy.
I felt genuinely sorry for the 3 girls.
Pray. Pray to yourself, asking for forgiveness. And remember every instance when you did magic.
Put your feet on the ground. This is an ancient ritual to break the link with the other world. Now I'll make candles. Burn them in your house for 3 days, 1 candle each day. Don't extinguish them yourself. Don't blow on them. Nothing. If it goes out by itself, falls from a draft, or gets knocked over, whatever, if it goes out, don't relight it. Throw it away into the river, for example. And burn those books. All of them. Luckily, we arrived in time and still could help the family. I hope this will end Olena's experiments with magic. But there are millions of people around us who are ready to risk their lives and the lives of others for dubious magical experiments. I hope this story will be a good lesson for them.
I'm not a little girl, but I was so foolish. I got into things I shouldn't have touched.
We did everything we could.
Thank you so much.
A fatal deal with the devil that caused a young woman to lose 3 relatives. Now, an otherworldly force is after her, and her little children. Will the psychics manage to break the deadly contract? A small village near the capital of Ukraine, a typical 2-story building. But in one of the apartments, terrifying things are happening.
I fear for myself and my family. If I live there, something might happen to me.
The owner of this 3-room apartment is 27-year-old Tetiana Boychenko. She is married and has 3 children, 9-year-old son Bohdan, Victoria, who is just over a year old, and a month-old Angelina. Tetiana is convinced that when she is not home, someone breaks in and imposes their own rules.
I put the kids' toys in plastic bags, and all those bags were turned inside out.
When Tetiana leaves home, she turns off the lights, but when she comes back, they're on. Once, she nearly flooded the downstairs neighbors, even though she clearly remembers checking the taps before leaving.
The bathtub was almost full of water. Luckily, it didn't flood anyone.
Once, a downstairs neighbor complained to Tetiana that she was stomping around in high heels and slamming the doors. But at that time, no one was home.
The doors slam shut and someone walks around the apartment. The floors are wooden, so every step echoes loudly.
After they got married, the husband moved into his wife's apartment. She took care of the children while he worked. Unexplained visits continued and even grew more frequent while they were away.
We'd leave the lights on and sleep with them on because we were so scared. Eventually, we decided we just had to move out after all.
To escape the trouble, the couple moved to the husband's hometown, but tenants kept moving out one after another, not even lasting a month.
I woke up and went into the kitchen. The gas burner was on, though I hadn't lit it. I fainted. Luckily, there was a chair nearby that caught me. I fell onto it, sat there for a bit, then gathered myself and went to work, shaking all over.
Now, the apartment has a bad reputation, and nobody wants to rent it. The owner is genuinely frightened, so she turned to people with psychic abilities for help.
I hoped that Olena Kurilova could help me understand what was going on.
I see a large, beautiful house. Everything starts shaking, dishes clatter, people scream in panic and run out. But this is caused by some supernatural force. These aren't natural disasters.
Together with Olena Kurilova, shaman Marina Komushku takes on the case.
I dreamed that I was caught in some kind of whirlwind, and it started carrying me away. Everything was spinning before my eyes, and a laugh, something inhuman, echoed around me. In that whirlwind, I wasn't alone. It felt like all the evil spirits were gathered there. Witches jumping, dancing, having fun.
And I see people being sucked in, dragged underground as if some force is sending them to the other side. I believe the young woman and her family are in danger.
Hello.
Hello.
Very strange things are happening in my apartment. I'd like your help to understand what's going on.
All right then, Tatiana, let's go.
Here's my apartment. Please, come in.
There's something strange here. I sense a presence. Some kind of entity just rushed past me. Is the kitchen over there? May I go?
Yes, of course, please.
The apartment has been empty for about 6 months, but neighbors complain about gatherings at night. Someone screams loudly, turns on music, and bangs on the radiators. What will the psychics sense? Who comes here and why, when no one is supposed to be inside?
The glass was just standing there, and then it moved. I decided to read something off the cabinet, reached out my hands, and the glass started shifting. I understood. It was a sign. You don't need to know what's really happening here.
It feels like you're lying down, the lights are off, and you're being lifted into the air.
That happened. I was thrown up on a spring bed, almost to the ceiling.
Tatiana had never told anyone about this strange incident before. To this day, she still can't explain what exactly happened. She was 8 years old, sleeping, when she suddenly woke up as if some force had thrown her all the way up to the ceiling. The girl landed on the floor. But what was it?
I had a vision. The clock hands started spinning wildly backwards. It was like a countdown, as if the clock was telling us time had run out, and some huge danger was approaching. There are very few apartments here. Nobody sees anyone else, right? You leave, and no one walks through the hallway.
There are only 4 apartments in this block. All the neighbors know each other well. And if a stranger appears, they're immediately noticed.
I want to see an image of someone involved in this. Someone who comes here. I'm going outside.
You know, there's a very frightening sight. There's a woman who likes to wander through your apartment. She has no eyes, no nose. She cries. She wants revenge. She's searching for the people who mutilated her.
Could it be that a brutal murder happened in Tetiana's apartment, and she is somehow connected? Is that why the spirit of the deceased comes here? To get revenge on the homeowner?
That was long ago.
She was tortured like in a prison.
This woman was desperate and brave, and she paid for it.
Longtime locals still remember how during World War II, the Germans marched a young woman down this street. They were searching for her brothers and father, but she refused to talk. To break her silence, they tortured her cruelly. She endured all the torment stoically and died without confessing a thing.
It was terrible. She was a liaison for a partisan group.
But what does it all mean? Why might the spirit of this woman appear in Tetiana's apartment? And is this connected to the strange occurrences happening here when no one is home?
I also see little boys. They're playing in the snow. There's a chill, a twisted, cold body. Someone died nearby, right?
Yes, it happened. A boy was sledding on the hill here. He went sledding and flew off with the sled.
Into a manhole or something, a pit. Then they pulled him out.
Yes, they pulled him out later. He froze and died.
This tragedy happened about 5 years ago. Children were sledding on a hill when one flew into an open manhole. No one even noticed.
There's water. Firefighting pits. Big ones, you know? There was water there. He slid right into it.
And there's another woman, abandoned by everyone all alone. She's like she's in boiling water or acid.
Something sticks and burns.
Like a huge burn. She's dying here too.
This happened more than 20 years ago. A local woman in her 70s was cooking aspic and couldn't hold the pot with the freshly cooked dish. The elderly woman died from severe burns.
She scalded herself with boiling water, I think.
But how are these people connected to the strange phenomena happening in Tetiana's apartment?
I feel like there's a magnet here, drawing spirits, entities. It's like a bacchanalia of some kind. All these spirits, for some reason, are being pulled into Tetiana's apartment. I see a man, around 40 years old. He's your blood relative. He's saying something to me. Right away, I understood. It's Tetiana's father. They share the same features, and he looked at her with such loving eyes. He wanted to say something, but he couldn't. He was calling her into some big house.
Tetiana's father, Vasya, passed away 20 years ago. According to the coroner's report, he suffered a heart attack.
It's not here, it's a private house with a yard. You know where it happened, right?
Yes, I know.
The clairvoyants head to the place where Tetiana's father's body was found 20 years ago.
Oh, look. My earring fell off. It felt like someone yanked the earring from my ear. It was such a sharp pain. I just noticed a dark silhouette whooshing past me. Oh, I'm missing my other earring. The clasps are pretty secure. That's strange. It's never happened before. Here's my other earring. It feels like someone's playing with me. Rushing around, sometimes pulling the earrings off, then returning them. I was in shock. Hello.
Who are you?
My mom and stepdad used to live here.
We'll just look around, okay?
This woman's name is Svitlana. She is the daughter of Vasya's friend.
Everything's changed here already. Was this a construction site?
At the time of Tetiana's father's death, this building was still under construction. No one lived here then.
Marina, come here. Tetiana, would you mind too? This is the place where they found him?
And that's true. It was right here that a neighbor saw Vasya's body from her window and called the police.
When I was working and trying to understand what happened to Tetiana's father, someone kept interfering. You know, something dark and quick. It darted around so fast, like a black lightning bolt.
To get to the bottom of things, Olena Kurilova went inside the house.
I saw something strange in there. It turned out to be a house spirit. He was worried, but generally harmless. He tried to show me what happened to Tetiana's father. The house spirit told me that on the last night of his life, Vasya had been drinking. He tended to drink a little. Vasya came to this construction site to share a drink with his friends. But something went wrong and he died. He's showing me the funeral, and you were little then? Like in first grade?
Yes.
Your mother was crying so hard and she fell to her knees without even realizing it, asking for forgiveness. Forgive me. Please forgive me. Inside, forgive me.
Olena struggled terribly after Vasya's death. She didn't know how to go on, left alone with 3 small children.
After she fell to her knees weren't right somehow.
Her legs hurt badly after that.
Yes.
The day after the funeral, Tetiana's mother noticed strange yellow spots on her knees.
She practically died with those spots. They never went away, and then her legs started to hurt.
The woman went to doctors, but they couldn't explain what those spots were. The strange marks never left Olena's knees until the end of her life, and they hurt terribly.
Those spots were caused by the influence of some otherworldly force. It was this very force that led Tetiana's father to that construction site on the day of his death, tempting him to drink. Because of that influence, Tetiana's father suffered a heart attack, and right after him, that same force pulled Tetiana's mother toward death.
Her mother died 4 years after her father. The woman asked her daughter for water. When Tetiana brought it, she found her mother already dead.
It basically happened right in front of me. The last thing she asked for was water. When I brought it to her, it was already too late.
That same force is pulling her brother in as well, like some kind of pit.
7 years ago, Tetiana's brother was walking home from his own birthday party. He was with a friend and a cousin. It was dark outside. They were crossing the street. A car appeared out of nowhere. The cousin survived. Tetiana's brother lost his legs and died on the spot, along with his friend.
You could say Svetlana was lucky. She got thrown to the side, onto the curb, and only her leg was badly broken, but the rest were torn apart on the road.
The force that causes the poltergeist in Tetiana's apartment also took her parents and brother to the other side. That's when I got a vision. The appearance of this force was triggered by some kind of magic. Why are all the spirits from around the area gathering in her apartment?
When I entered the apartment, I saw an old woman. I understood it was a phantom. She was of average height, a little plump.
There is the spirit of an old woman in your apartment who opened the door with her keys. And now all the spirits are coming through there.
She was in a nightgown, a long one made of calico.
From these descriptions, Tetiana recognized her grandmother, Hanna, the former owner of the apartment. Tetiana inherited the home from her. Hanna died at the age of 92. Her heart suddenly stopped. It happened in the house that now no one, including her granddaughter, can live in.
We want to go now to the apartment where we were before.
Without wasting time, the psychics, together with Tetiana, returned to the mysterious apartment. What's happening there and why?
I feel a certain stickiness here. I want to stand behind you and close you off to protect you, because I feel a pulling force. When I arrived at the apartment, I thought that the entity that attached itself to me in the yard, where they found Tetiana's father, had detached. But it didn't. It practically climbed onto my head. By the way, your grandmother, Hannah, tell me, was she able to see things? Did she have any abilities?
She used to read cards.
The woman says that as far back as she can remember, people would come to her grandmother asking for fortune-telling or help with love problems.
Mostly young girls would come and ask questions like, "He left me, will he come back?"
She didn't heal anyone, she got information from somewhere. It's like she opened some kind of doorway. She wasn't from a family line of seers, was she? No one else in your family could see things or practice magic?
There is no one in your homeland who has such treasures.
Yes, no one.
My gift was passed down through my family line. But with Hannah, I have a question. Where did her abilities come from?
You see, your grandmother's gift was acquired. When a person makes a pact with the devil assigns them a demon who helps them with tarot readings, visions, and so on. Tatiana's grandmother definitely wanted to have a gift. But to get it, she had to make a deal with otherworldly forces. She said, "I want to gain this at any cost. And the price is always human lives. That's why Tatiana's loved ones died."
Hannah's activities were far from harmless. She didn't tell you everything.
She also cast curses and love spells.
She knew how.
A devil helped her.
During her life, the grandmother heard strange sounds. It all started with her.
She said she heard footsteps like someone was walking near her.
Tatiana recalls that when her parents were alive, she and her grandmother heard odd noises and rustling. The grandmother said it was just a house spirit playing around.
It's like a gateway here, like a door to some kind of devilry. Everything gets drawn in here, all the restless souls. It's like a witch's coven, and from time to time, chaos erupts. The force that lifted you to the ceiling, those are devils.
Grandmother shouldn't have meddled with that.
But Hannah died a long time ago, so why did the strange, inexplicable things that happened here during her life only intensify after the old woman's death?
When the woman died, that demon didn't go anywhere. It stayed in her apartment.
When the grandmother died, the demon was left unemployed. So out of boredom, it probably started gathering the souls of the dead here.
And then I finally understood who ripped off my earrings, tried to interfere with the investigation, and distracted me in my work. It was that very demon that had helped Hannah. It followed me from the apartment and in its devilish way tried to get in the way. It's like on major holidays when spirits are especially active. They all gather at this point.
It's hard to believe, but Tatiana says that the peak activity of the so-called poltergeist really does coincide with major religious holidays. Could it be that gatherings of otherworldly forces really happen in this ordinary apartment near Kiev?
I can't even understand how Tatiana managed to survive among all this darkness. She urgently needed help. I believe Tatiana needs strong protection, and the house needs to be cleansed so that the demons stop their coven here. Everything will be fine.
Thank you so much. I am very grateful to the psychics for coming and helping me figure this out. I'm not worried about myself anymore because they put up protection for me and my children. I think everything will be okay.
A horrendous triple murder and an aggressive poltergeist. Don't miss a shocking investigation by the psychics. A child's ghost will come to unveil all the mysteries. The psychics embark on an investigation into a series of enigmatic demises within a Ukrainian family. First, we received a letter from 34-year-old Serhiy Degtyaryov. The man had had a dream of his deceased father, showing him 6 graves, one of which bore a plaque with Serhiy's name. He feared for his life and decided to ask us for help. But when our journalists called Serhiy, his sister Yulia picked up the phone and told them terrible news. Her brother was dead.
He was young. He never had any health problems. He simply fell while walking, and that was it.
One morning, Seri felt unwell on his way to work.
He fell, and his partner, who was with him, raised him to his feet. But then he realized something was very wrong and started calling out. People came running and called an ambulance.
The man was dead a few minutes after. His heart stopped abruptly. His family can't understand how it was possible. Several days before his death, Serhi had undergone a comprehensive medical examination because he'd been terrified by the nightmares about his death. The checkup revealed no indications that could pose a threat to his well-being. And now, Yulia is having the same nightmares that Serhi had before he died.
I saw the 6 graves. I ran around the cemetery from one grave to another, and I had a panic attack.
In her nightmare, Serhi was digging another grave next to his, and Yulia saw her own name on the tombstone.
He was standing and digging it, and I said, "Serhi, what are you doing?" And he said, "Follow me."
Yulia Detiaryova is 32. She works at a grocery store, and she's raising her 7-year-old daughter, Alexandra, all by herself. The girl's father abandoned them long ago and doesn't care about his daughter. So if something happens to Yulia, there'll be nobody to care for the girl. And this is her greatest fear as a mother.
2 days ago, my daughter asked me, "Mom, what if you die?" She was sitting and crying.
The psychics are the woman's only hope. Our strongest clairvoyants, Kayal Alekperov and Rubina Tsibulska, agreed to help her.
I saw a room with fair walls, and in it, there were chairs arranged in a circle, and a boy was standing in the middle of the circle. He was pointing at the chairs and saying, "The one who sits down last will die."
My sacred book is speaking some riddles. The angel became the demon. When you find the grave, dig deeper. What could it mean?
Hello.
Hello.
I fear for my and my daughter's lives.
Did your brother live here?
Yes. He was my elder brother.
I feel that your brother's death wasn't an accident.
I felt your father. He felt cold and and the heart stopped, like he froze to death.
My father died walking home from work. He was found in a windbreak. He looked like he had frozen under a tree. I don't feel well.
Even though her father died many years ago, Yulia still finds it hard to speak of it. Her father, Ivan, was only 45. But to this day, Yulia can't understand how it happened. The temperatures in October weren't freezing, and her father was a healthy man in his prime.
Did you all live here? Rubina, I have a strong feeling this house is radiating negative energy. Have you ever found something strange on its grounds?
Yes, once.
Wait. Your father's spirit is pointing at this spot on the wall. Was there a door here? Was the thing you found hidden here?
Yes, there used to be a door here, and above the door there was a little wreath. It was made of flowers, but it had threads and needles inside.
I feel a tragedy occurred after it. You lost somebody else.
You lost a child.
And not one, but 2 children. They looked alike. Were they twins?
Yes, I lost them both.
You see your family in your dreams. They're trying to warn you about something, but I can't tell what it is.
Yulia, I'd like to go inside.
Yes.
The clairvoyant tunes into the energy of the house. Meanwhile, Kayal Alekperov continues working outside.
My book says you didn't find all the charms. There's a source of powerful negative energy nearby. It's somewhere here. Can you bring me a chair and a knife? It's dangerous to hold it with your bare hands. Look!
My God, what is this? A needle. I see a needle.
There are 3 of them.
What does it mean?
3 needles stand for 3 deaths. This is why your children died. And you could die too. This charm was planted on you to end your family life. But it's directed at you specifically, not your family. Can you please give me your hand? I see 2 women. They hide something in that wall and then run away quickly. They envied you for some reason. We must neutralize this negative energy as soon as possible.
Laughter. Laughter.
While I was carrying out the ritual, I had a feeling that something bad was happening to Rubina. It was like some supernatural force was influencing her. My colleague needed help, but I couldn't interrupt the ritual.
Coincidence or not, no sooner had the psychic finished the ritual to neutralize the charm. Then the clouds parted and the sun shone.
Kayal, I don't feel well.
What is this?
Like God.
What happened? Tell me.
First, I heard a child's laughter in this room. But when I approached the mirror, I heard sorrowful weeping. A child of 2 or 3 was crying bitterly, asking for help.
Yulia is indeed in grave danger. The answer is where the triangle of death is. It's a place where the mother died.
Yulia's mother's name was Natalia. After her husband died, she took her children and moved to a town. When Serhiy and Yulia grew up, they returned to the village and settled at their father's house. However, their mother stayed in the town.
Mom lived there during her final years.
We must go there.
But what death triangle does Kayal Alekperov see? And what does it have to do with Yulia and the deaths in her family? By the time the psychics arrive at the house of Yulia's mother, it's grown dark. The news of the psychic's arrival quickly spread among the locals. People who knew and loved Natalia gather around her yard.
The energy is so overwhelming.
Three people were murdered here. I feel 2 of them are your bloodline, unlike the third one.
Yes. I was here. They were all found in this room.
I see a large pool of blood here. It's huge.
This is where the triangle of death my book mentioned was. The triangle was made of your relatives' bodies.
Mom was lying here and the girl was a little further away, while my brother was here.
It's so awful. The people were drowning in blood.
Yes, I saw it all.
The tragic murder caused a stir throughout the nation. Yulia's mother, her younger brother, Alexander, who was 17, and his girlfriend, Dasha, were murdered in this house. The tragedy happened in the evening when the family was at home.
Natalia was on the bed. The shot hit her arm, and he murdered the children in the room.
While the murderer was reloading his rifle, the woman crawled up to the children, but unfortunately, she was too late to save them. The maniac shot his shotgun 9 times and escaped. The neighbor found the bodies the next morning and called the police.
When I broke down the door and saw it, my hair crawled on my head. Natalia was lying there and her arm looked like it had been chopped with an axe. And her son was opposite her, and he had this huge hole in his chest. It was a terrifying picture.
I feel your brother holding the girl by the hand.
She seems to be his fiancée.
They were buried as an engaged couple.
They loved each other a lot.
It was the first love for both, and it was very sincere.
They could have been saved.
Before he was shot to death, my brother called an ambulance and said they were wounded.
This is the recording of the wounded boy's call to the hospital. These are Yulia's brother's last words.
Hello, emergency medical service.
We're wounded.
What kind of the wound?
A gun wound. 37 First Vinohradna Street.
Wait a minute.
Please call the police.
Just a moment. Wait, please, the address again? First.
Alexander died a few minutes later. The phone operator who accepted the call is said to have resigned, unable to bear the shock. She simply couldn't go on working there.
I feel you. Two were supposed to be here.
I can't. It's actually true. I was sent on vacation.
Yulia was saved by a lucky coincidence. Back then, she lived in this house with her mother and brother. But just before the tragedy, she was sent on an unscheduled vacation, and so she took her daughter and went to the village.
The man who lived here murdered them.
The man lived with Natalia, and their relationship went sour. The victim told him he was a parasite in her family, and he got mad.
Yulia's mother had lived with her murderer for 8 years. Together, they were building a new house, and when Natalia was diagnosed with breast cancer, the man helped her beat it. On the surface, they gave the impression of a perfect family. Nobody knows what exactly happened to date. There was no alcohol in the murderer's blood. Nobody can understand what made him commit the awful crime.
A demon took possession of him.
I feel the murderer is in prison.
The man hid in his hometown for several days after the murder. When he was arrested, he explained that he'd done it because he'd felt humiliated.
I don't remember who exactly and how many times I shot. When I came to my senses, I saw the 3 bodies.
This is the reenactment of the murder. The cold-blooded murderer is crying.
Now I realize it, but then I didn't. I felt like in a fog. I didn't realize what I was doing. My brain wasn't working.
His guilt was proven and he was sentenced to life in prison.
But it didn't make Yulia feel any better. She lost all of her family, and now she's in danger herself.
Do you hear it? What is this? What is this?
A woman's spirit. This is your mother. She's holding a little boy in her arms, and he's holding a toy.
Kayal. This is the boy who played with me, showing me the chairs and saying, "The last one to sit down will die."
This boy was the angel who turned into the demon that took possession of the man. For some reason, he's avenging your family. But for what?
The cards are showing me how the boy died. He fell from a windowsill. His head cracked. Your mother felt guilty, but she held this secret to herself.
The only person who knew about it was your mother's friend.
Our journalists found the woman. Her name is Taisia. She kept her friend's secret for many years.
Oleksiy, Natalia's second son, died. It was before Yulia was born. He fell from the windowsill and hit his head on the radiator. There was a dislocation in his skull.
Yulia has never heard of this tragedy. Her parents didn't want to traumatize the other children, and so they never told them of the little Oleksiy's death.
We must find out why this little angel, your brother, turned into the demon, and why he's seeking revenge on your family.
What happened?
I heard someone knock on the window pane, and it cracked. But it seems intact.
He's giving us a sign.
Does the child want us to go somewhere? Do you remember the cue from my book? When you find the grave, dig deeper. We must find his grave fast.
I don't even know where it could be.
We must find it, or else the deaths won't stop.
The most interesting thing is that nobody knows where his grave is. Nobody ever visited the boy's grave at all.
The village has 2 cemeteries. One is old and the other is new. The latter appeared 10 years ago, so the psychics head for the old one.
Rubina, we must split and find the boy's grave. It's not it. Nor is this one.
Checking almost the entire cemetery took the psychics and crew a few hours. However, they failed to find where Yulia's little brother is buried.
I have a feeling of something calling me that way. This is your brother's spirit. Hurry up. That's it. The spirit has hidden.
Is he gone? We have to search.
He's a child, so he's playing with us. But I see him sitting on that grave.
Who is this?
Who is this man?
The boy's spirit says, I was buried here.
When I read the plaque on the tombstone, I couldn't understand anything. What did that adult man have to do with the little boy?
Rubina, do you remember my book told me to dig deeper when we find the grave? Your little brother's spirit is crying, saying it used to be his grave, but you didn't visit him, and you forgot him. And eventually, his grave was unearthed, and this man was buried in it.
If a grave has been neglected for, say, 20 years, and its wooden cross got rotten, but the plot remains, and they can bury someone else on top.
Your little brother's bones were ground with something made of steel, like a spade. And while they were doing it, his soul was suffering terribly. He hurt badly. This is when the angel became the demon.
And his anger hit Yulia's family like a landslide. He started taking revenge after that. And your father was taken away first.
Yes.
The following year.
The child's spirit is telling me he also had his revenge on the man who ground his bones with the spade.
He was hit by a car. I've worked here for 2 years, but it was before I came here. He told me he found the skull and crushed the bones.
What do I do?
You must never forget your brother.
Pray for him. Thus, your brother's soul will find peace, and he'll stop taking revenge. And we should also carry out the ritual.
To block the way and calm down his soul.
But the ritual isn't carried out at a cemetery. Let's go.
While the clairvoyants were searching for Yulia's brother's grave, people gathered in front of the cemetery gate.
Yulia, hold it.
We've prayed for you. Nothing's going to bother your family anymore.
Thank you so much. It was like a load off my shoulders. I couldn't even imagine I had a brother born before me, that he died so tragically, and above all, that he could do harm to my family, taking them away one by one.